All right, welcome. Today we're pulling back the curtain on a really special classroom. I'm talking about Class 902 from the Qhivarra Coastal Academy. Think of this as getting to meet the entire cast of characters. Like you're cracking open the first chapter of a brand new story. So let's just dive right in, shall we? I mean, have you ever really thought about it? What secrets are actually hiding inside a classroom? Because let's be real, it's never just about books and lesson plans, right? It's always this super complex web of friendships, rivalries, and a whole lot of secrets. So the big question is, what's bubbling just beneath the surface in Class 902? Well, we're about to find out. Okay, so first, let's set the scene. Our story kicks off at the pretty prestigious Qhivarra Coastal Academy. You can just imagine it, right? The smell of salt is always in the air. But here's the thing. Before we can really get to know the students, we absolutely have to meet the one person who guides them all, their teacher. And here she is, Miss Vennari Eloshya. Just look at the details here for a second. She's blending marine ecology with temple philosophy. That tells you everything, doesn't it? She's not just rattling off facts from a textbook. No, she's literally shaping how these kids see the entire world. She's got this vibe, gentle but totally commanding. The kind of person who gets instant respect without ever having to raise her voice. Wow. I mean, this quote, it just perfectly sums up her whole philosophy. It's all about integrity, right? About finding an inner strength that's so pure and so powerful that even nature itself, the tide, has to stop and listen. And that is the foundation she's building for all 30 of her students. Okay, so we've met the guide, now it's time to meet the students. And right at the very heart of Class 902, you've got these two central figures. They are, for all intents and purposes, the emotional core of this entire classroom. So on one side, you've got Peppi. She's a dancer, a debater, comes from this major legacy, but she's totally open-hearted. The description for her is gentle but fiery, which is so good, right? It hints at this quiet strength that can just burst into flames if she's challenged. And then, on the other side, there's Yaya. She's the quiet, super perceptive artist who journals and sketches her dreams. See, they're not really opposites, they're complements. One is the voice, and the other is the soul. It's these two who really anchor the whole class. Okay, so 30 students. That's a lot, right? How in the world do you get to know all of them? Well, here's how we're going to do it. We're going to break them down into their natural groups, kind of like mapping out the social landscape. It's the best way to really get the dynamics. And we're going to start with the go-getters, the ambitious ones who are always looking ahead. First up, let's talk about the leaders and the strategists. You've got Sarah Lynn, who's the captain of the girls' swim team, of course. Then there's Zaji, who's so obsessed with strategy games that he's literally practicing with wooden swords during lunch. I love that. And Deshari, she's not just thinking about college, she's already planning her career as a naval admiral. And then, oh yeah, there's Missy Darnell. You just look at her and you know she's going to be a prefect. These guys, they're the ones setting the pace, the competitive energy for the entire class. All right, now for the creative heart of the class. You've got Takar, this wild artist who's so passionate he actually cries when he gets inspired. And Navyar, the best dancer in the entire school. But Tazia's story, wow, it's just incredible. He stutters when he speaks, but when he sings, his voice is unbelievably powerful and clear. And you cannot sleep on Mallorin. She seems quiet, but she's secretly a super popular fan fiction writer online. This group, right here, is the soul of the class. Every class has them. The ones who march to the beat of a completely different drum. And this class is no exception. We've got Qhivarra, who is spiritually tuned in and genuinely believes she was a dolphin in a past life. Then there's Namaris, an herbalist apprentice who's always got a potion on hand. And you have to check out Kaimosha. She's a champion staff duelist and looks super intimidating. But get this, she's also the fierce protector of our quiet artist, Yaya. So cool. And finally, we have the group that's really the supportive backbone of the whole class. You've got Elko, the quiet tech whiz who's designing apps to help other students, Taylor, a linguist who already speaks 5 different dialects. But this detail about Rakir, I just love it. He's this stoic, quiet defender type who remembers everyone's birthday. It's kids like these, They're the ones who turn a room full of students into a real community. Okay, so we've met the archetypes, we know the cliques, but you and I both know the real story. The real drama, it's never what you see on the surface. It's always in those hidden currents, right? The things nobody's saying out loud, the secret crushes, the hidden lives. Now, this is where it gets really, really good. And yep, this is where it gets super juicy. Just look at this web of secret crushes. You have Rayvon, who's in love with Jovi, but Jovi is trying so hard not to fall for Peppi. And at the same time, Brayden is hiding his major crush on Yaya behind this big wall of sarcasm. And then you get to the secret identities. Mira, the super composed class secretary, she's secretly writing romance poetry. And Missy, our future prefect, total rebel with hidden piercings. I mean, it just goes to show you, right? You never really know what's going on beneath the surface. So there it is, a little snapshot of the 30 different souls that make up Class 9-02. You've got the leaders, the dreamers, the open rivalries, the secret loves, the whole shebang. It's this whole world just teeming with stories waiting to be told, which, of course, leaves us with just one last question for you. If you were walking down the halls of Qhivarra Coastal Academy, whose story would you follow?